Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Beer and Watches. Now on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at this watch right here, the ugly 300 meter dive watch. No, really, that's what it's called. It's called the ugly 300 meter dive watch from the Ugly Watch Company. I know, crazy, right? I kind of dig it. We're going to do this full review right now and you don't want to miss it. So, time's a ticking. Let's get stuck in. Hi everyone, happy Monday. I'm Matt Johnson and I'm your host of my YouTube channel, Beer and Watches, where every Monday, Wednesday and Friday I bring you watch news and watch reviews, and I always mix it with a craft beer brew. I focus here on my channel on MICROBRAND watches and affordable watches. Watches that you're not going to find in your everyday high street store, and watches that, well, quite frankly, people like you and me can afford to collect. Now, today's watch comes all the way from the Ugly Watch Company. It's kind of a cool name. I mean, really, this is the first company I've heard of that has actually put the word ugly with something that looks really cool. It's kind of a cool branding idea and it really catches your attention, so I think they might be onto something. Now, the owner of the Ugly Watch Company is Landon Orn, and I really hope that I'm saying his last name correctly. And his last name is the reason for the company logo, and the company logo is the reason for the Ugly Watch Company. Let me explain. So the letter N, or the upside down U, actually comes from the Uruz, I'm not sure how you say that, the Uruz Viking runes, and the logo represents ugly in Old Norse Viking, and that's how it all blends together, because Landon's last name, Orn, is actually a Norwegian name, and that comes from his Norwegian heritage. I really do kind of like it. This 300 meter diver from the Ugly Watch Company is the flagship watch for the Ugly Watch Company and kind of their initial foray into the watch world. I think they've done an amazing job. Now, this watch is actually not out yet. This is a pre-production model, and it will be launching on Kickstarter within the next couple of weeks, around the second week of March 2021. Now, I highly recommend signing up for the newsletter that advises you when the Kickstarter will launch. By signing up for the newsletter, you're in no way committed to buying a watch, but it does mean you will get notified the second that Kickstarter launches, and that's actually worthwhile, because this watch at regular retail is $349.99 US. However, it will be on Kickstarter for only $249.99. And in a minute, when we swing this camera around, you're going to see why I believe that really does represent incredible value for this watch. That is for the white mother of pearl dial. Oh, did I mention that these watches have mother of pearl dials? They're amazing. The luminescence kind of catches the light, really looks very, very cool. The black mother of pearl dial will be $369 retail or $269 on Kickstarter, and that one there is only 100 units that will be made. Again, if you want to pick up one of these watches, I highly recommend you go over and sign up for the newsletter for the Kickstarter over at their website. And their website is right here, theuglyjewelrycompany.com. That makes me laugh every time I say it. I'll also put a link to that website in the description below this video. Now, I've talked enough. You know everything there is to know so far about this watch, but what you really want to know is, how does it look? How does it measure up? The specs, the movement inside, all that cool, interesting stuff. So let's swing the camera around and let's get into that stuff right now. First of all, here is the watch case. Now, again, this is a pre-production model. They are 99.9% sure that this is the case it will come in. I personally quite like it. I do like that it's a bit more of a custom shape than many of the cases that you normally see. It's got a rubber square on the front with the Ugly logo. Opening this up, inside here we have the watch. We also have here warranty card. There is the watch itself. As you can see, it's got a mother of pearl dial. Now, this is not showing up really great under my studio lights, but it shows up beautifully in sunlight. As I mentioned, this comes in two versions, the white mother of pearl dial and the black mother of pearl dial. The black mother of pearl dial will only be available in 100 units because it is quite difficult to make. There are a couple of extra links in there that I took off to size it to my wrist, and I do have a 7.5-inch wrist. So I would say this is going to fit anything from 8.5 to 9-inch wrist all the way down to as many links as you can take out. And we've got a few links there you can take out, push pin links. Now, there is going to be a change on this one, a couple of changes. First of all, to the hands. The handset will be changing slightly and also changing to a black and orange. And also the text down here at the 6 o'clock will actually be changing to just 30 ATM, 30 ATM. But apart from that, everything else is the same. Let's get into some of the specs here. First of all, it has a water resistance, as I mentioned, of 30 ATM, which is 300 meters or 1,000 feet of actual water resistance on this. We do have a signed screw down crown, and also at the 9 o'clock position, we do have a helium release valve, and we'll get into that in a second. This is an honest to goodness dive watch. You can dive in this, swim in it, snorkel, shower, wash the car, wash the dishes, anything you want to throw at this, you can do. It is a good, heavy, robust stainless steel watch. It's made of 316L stainless steel. It's got nice brushing on the case there, and then the bezel has kind of got these big cog style teeth to it, a little bit different to the coin edge bezel that you normally see. So I'm kind of enjoying the styling of that. The bracelet, again, 316L stainless steel with solid brushing on there. Now let's get into the face and the dial here. First of all, the lume on this is a BG W9 Super Lume. As you can see, we've got lume on the hour, minute and second hand markers. We've also got lume on the hour markers as well. Now it appears like we've got little dots of lume around the bezel, but actually that is the hour markers reflecting off the glass, so we don't actually have lume dots around the bezel there. Good bright lume on this. No lume at the 3 o'clock position because the date window is there. Now those are applied hour markers. Here at the 3 o'clock position, we've got a date window. We've got a minute track all the way around the outside with the black and orange accents, picking up on the orange in the watch. Alright everybody, now I hope you're enjoying the watch review so far. Now this channel would not be Beer and Watches without the beer. It would just be Watches, and that wouldn't be as cool a title. This beer that I'm trying today is from the Fernie Brewing Company, which is right here in British Columbia, Canada. This one is a smooth, dark and creamy coffee milk stout. We had a stout on Friday and I didn't really care for it, but hey, I thought I'd try this one. And I picked this one from the liquor store because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and this one is called Java the Hutt. Now it says on the back here that this is has a rich infusion of roasted crow's nest coffee. This creamy stout is a truly satisfying brew any time of day. Well, I'm filming this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm gonna crack it, stack it, and we'll see if that's true. This is a 5% alcohol volume, comes in a 473 milliliter can, and again, it's from the Fernie Brewing Company. If you want to check these guys out and their eclectic lineup of beers, you can go to this website right here. I'll also put that link in the description below this video. Let's crack it and stack it. Let's see how it looks. Yep, there it is. It's just like the peanut butter stout that we poured on Friday's episode. This one is a thick, creamy, Guinness looking beer. Not really the kind of beer I enjoy. Whoops. I don't think I poured that head very well, do you? I'm gonna have to wait a bit for that to settle down, otherwise it's gonna mess up my mustache. It's thick, it's treacly looking, it's dark. That is gonna be super strong. Plus, it's coffee and milk infused. I don't think I'm gonna like this, but I'm taking one for you guys because maybe some of you guys, my subscribers out there, do like stout kind of beer. We're on Monday, so cheers, here's to the week. Let's give this a try. You know what, actually that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. As with a stout, not much carbonation in there. A lot more kind of mellow. The coffee is not as strong as I thought it was going to be. It's very understated. Kind of got some earthy tones in there as well. Very unusual. Actually, I kind of like it. Now, I'm a self-confessed lager Pilsner drinker, so I don't really drink stouts, but I could drink this. Good job, Fernie Brewing Company. All right, guys, let's get back to the review. Moving to the bezel, it is a 120 click unidirectional bezel. It's got an aluminum insert with orange and silver. Now, as far as the bezel goes on this, good bezel action, nice and solid, no back play. Not the easiest bezel to grab just because of the design of the case, and it doesn't overhang much. But again, it absolutely works. Nothing wrong with it. It's solid, it's good, it's gonna do its job. I would trust that with my life for sure. This is a sapphire crystal on here. Not sure if it's got AR coating or not. I have got some serious studio lights here, and there you go, we're getting a nice look at that mother of pearl dial. Absolutely beautiful. A couple of measurements here. Let's see. First of all, the case without the crown comes in at about 40mm case, and with the crown on this, we're looking at about 46mm, 45mm give or take. The lug to lug on this is a let's see, we can almost get this. I don't want to get the strap in there. We've got a 49mm lug to lug. Bandwidth starts out here at 23, 23, 24 bandwidth, and tapers down to a 20mm bandwidth. And the thickness on this is 14.9, about 15mm. Case thickness. Moving around the band to the buckle, we've got a fold-over locking clasp. It is signed with the Ugly Watch logo symbol there. Unfold that, and then there's a push button clasp here. It has 3 micro adjustments. We push on that, that opens up and reveals a solid milled stainless steel clasp. Nicely constructed, not much play in there at all. I'm very impressed with that. As for the case back here, we've got a screw down solid stainless steel case back. Now, this is a very basic case back on this because, again, this is a pre-production demo model. That case back will actually be changing to a more intricate case back with some engraving and shot blasting on there with a diver. Inside the back of here, we have a Seiko NH35 Japanese movement. Well-made movement, good workhorse movement, and that movement is going to have 24 joules, synthetic joules, and a 40-hour power reserve. So basically, if you fully wind this, take it off, lay it on your dresser, it's going to run for 40 hours just unworn, laying on the dresser. Obviously, it's an automatic watch, so it does have a rotor in there. So as long as you're wearing this every day, you shouldn't need to wind it. As for the helium release valve, well, you know, this is one of those things on a watch that's kind of a cool thing to put on a dive watch. Is it absolutely necessary? Not really. I mean, very few of us are actually going to be diving down to depths that would ever get used. But basically how that works, helium molecules in water are actually a lot smaller than water molecules, so they can actually purge the case and get inside under the glass. For a diver, as they depressurize and come back to the surface, the pressure of the helium molecules under the glass can actually expand and then blow the glass out of the watch, which obviously you don't want to happen while you're timing a dive. So what happens is, essentially, when the watch gets under pressure, the helium molecules inside will force out that automatic helium release valve, which will then allow the helium molecules to escape through the release valve. And then when you come back to the surface, that's pushed back in. So essentially, that's what a helium release valve is. It is a working tool on a dive watch. It does its job, but again, most of us aren't ever going to see that actually function. It's certainly not going to pop out if you're just snorkeling or something like that on vacation. All right, everybody, so there it is. That's my review of the Ugly 300-meter dive watch. As I say, very unusual name, but I like it, and I think this is a great little watch. And for $249.99 Kickstarter pre-order price, you cannot go wrong. All those features: sapphire crystal, unidirectional bezel, Seiko NH35 movement in there, helium release valve, screw down crown, 300 meters of actual water resistance, date window, all for 250 bucks. I think that's an amazing deal. I would highly suggest you jump on this ASAP. Go to this website right here, click to sign up for the Kickstarter newsletter, and the second the Kickstarter launches, you will be notified. And again, it comes in black mother of pearl dial too, but there's only 100 of those. So if you do want to pick one of those up, one of the only 100 in the world, you're going to be able to get that on Kickstarter for $269.99 for all those features and a really, really unique watch. Thanks so much again to Landon at the Ugly Watch Company for sending it along for review. Well, that's it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed this review, please do leave me a thumbs up. It means the world to me. Leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to know what you thought of the watch. What do you think of the name Ugly Watch Company? Good idea or bad bad idea. And also, are you a fan of mother of pearl dials? I personally am. I think they look really cool when they catch the light. Finally, if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe. I'm bringing watch news and watch reviews every Monday, Wednesday and Friday without fail. You can subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button over there to the right of the screen or below this video if you're on your mobile device. And also make sure you roll over and click the bell button so you don't miss a single video 3 times a week. Go check out my store at shopbeerandwatches.com for my up-to-date merchandise and great deals on MICROBRAND watches. Oh yeah, we're still running that contest giveaway for that Swiss-made chronograph watch. That will be ending at the end of this week. If you want to check out that giveaway, you can click on this button right here, and I'll also put the link in the description below this video. By the way, if you want to see another great video, you can click on this one right here. That's a good one. You can also click on the Beer and Watches logo right there to subscribe. I'm Matt Johnson. Take care, and we'll see you again on Wednesday. Bye for now.